How does a top-tier assassin hide his identity? He disguised himself as a weakling. When chopping bamboo, unlike others who cut through with one strike, he deliberately took 3 swings. When hauling bamboo home, he intentionally acted out of breath. Even when pushed off a cliff and left hanging from a tree branch, he deliberately broke the branch and pretended to fall. Even when attacked on the street, he never fought back. Even his own mother believed he was a weak and incompetent nobody. No one knew that this weakling was actually a top assassin who had been trained in a killer organization since childhood. After growing tired of the life of killing, he decided to turn over a new leaf and start fresh. He quietly defected from the assassin organization, retreated to a mountain village to become a papermaker, and married a beautiful wife to live a peaceful life. However, 2 thieves suddenly broke into the village. They shattered all the peace. The shop owner swung a stick to defend himself, but was instantly knocked down by the thieves. A young worker stepped forward to intervene, but was also struck down with 1 blow. The assassin wanted to stay out of it and not get involved in the conflict, but when the thieves threatened to kill the shop owner's wife and children, he could no longer hold back. He emerged from his hiding place and subdued the 2 thieves with just a few moves. No matter how desperately the thieves struggled to break free, they couldn't escape his grip. The 2 were utterly confused. Their proud fighting skills were completely powerless against him. One thief drew a knife to save his accomplice, but in his panic cut off the leader's ear. The leader flew into a rage, kicked his accomplice away, and slammed Jack hard against the wall with such force that the doors and windows suddenly slammed shut. Jack crawled on the ground trying to escape. The other surviving thief pounced forward trying to kill him, but suddenly froze and dropped dead on the spot. Then the leader dragged Jack's body into the water and beat him wildly, but suddenly went completely rigid and fell into the water lifeless. When medics examined the bodies, they couldn't find any fatal wounds, but this abnormal death aroused the suspicion of a police officer. After some investigation, he discovered the dead leader was actually an extremely dangerous wanted criminal. However, he had mysteriously died at the hands of an ordinary villager. The officer noticed the leader's eyes were bloodshot. This was clearly because he had suffered a heavy blow to the temple. The temple is the most critical point controlling the heartbeat. If struck hard, the heart will immediately stop. The officer went to the scene and found the leader's broken tooth. He called Jack over and demanded he demonstrate exactly what happened. Jack tried to hide the truth, but the officer sensed something was suspicious. The officer deduced that the reason those thieves failed to escape was because Jack used some special technique to restrain them. The leader's ear was cut off because at the instant he was thrown, he happened to move his head. This movement caused the doors and windows to slam shut. Next, Jack shattered the leader's teeth and struck the other thief's chest, causing his heart to stop. Finally, he dragged the leader into the water, using water pressure to weaken his attacking ability, and ultimately delivered a killing blow to the temple. The officer concluded that this man was definitely no ordinary person, and the entire incident had become increasingly mysterious.